that is going off like crazy.
Well, that's interesting.
For how long?
I have no idea.
Right in the heart of historic Kingston, Ontario, sits the Hochelaga Inn.
A building with a long history and no shortage of reported activity.
For this investigation, we set up multiple devices and monitored room 202. Built as a private residence in 1879,
It stayed residential for quite a while before changing hands in the early 1900s.
by 1907 it was owned by the Bank of Montreal, used as a manager's residence and retreat.
Then converted into apartments before becoming the inn it is today. These are all reported experiences, none of them historically verified,
But they do include things like electrical anomalies and elevated EMF.
along with apparitions, moving objects, and even voices.
So we set up inside room 202 and began our investigation.
Multiple cameras running, documenting everything as it happened.
Our first observation, a sequence involving the REM Pod. We captured a clear sequence, REM pod activation.
Followed by the air conditioner engaging and then a change in lighting.
It's interesting because these types of events have been reported here before.
Things like device activation and lighting anomalies. Our second observation, an anomaly on the K2 meter.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we don't want to knock them
Yeah.
in the night thinking it's going off naturally, but it's really from us getting back to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So we need to put it in some kind of an area that can be seen, but we aren't gonna, that is going off like crazy.
Is it?
Yes, it's going all the way to red.
That's interesting. Is it?
Yes. Yeah, it's blinking to the second one. Yeah, you'll see it. Oh yeah.
Hatred.
Hatred.
Hatred. Sucking.
Well, we have no hatred. We just want to communicate. And as we always say, it's with respect. Nothing more. Right?
When you said nothing more, just KT went up to the third light.
During this sequence, we see a clear spike on the K2 meter.
There's no visible physical interactions at the time,
What stands out is this mirrors reports of EMF fluctuations here.
along with device activation and other electrical disturbances.
Our third observation, the sheets move. In this case, we're seeing clear movement in the bed sheets.
And again, there's no visible physical interaction causing it.
That kind of movement has been reported here before.
Things like bedding shifting and disturbances within the room. Our fourth observation, camera and IR failure.
Well, that's interesting. This was unplugged.
What was?
Camera.
For how long?
I have no idea.
It wasn't like that when you started it. Was it?
No.
Looking at the timeline, camera 1 shuts down at 5:06.
Then at 5:41, the IR light disappears, captured from camera 2.
And when we check the camera at 5:58,
It's unplugged, and the cord is over 5 feet from the outlet. This sequence involves 3 elements: the REM pod activating,
then the air conditioner engages, and then changing the lamp brightness.
So what stands out here is that this wasn't just a one-time event.
Yeah, this same sequence played out repeatedly over several hours.
REM pod activation, followed by the air conditioner, and then the lamp changing brightness.
And all of this was happening while we were out of the room.
With both cameras still recording, capturing the same pattern again and again.
So it's not just a single moment, it's a repeating sequence.
So, reviewing this moment, we see a clear spike on the K2 meter.
With no visible physical interaction at the time.
So starting here, this is our initial setup on the bed.
We've got the REM pod and K2 meter positioned with no interaction at this point.
And in this frame, the K2 is showing a baseline reading. No electromagnetic activity detected.
Then this is where things change. The K2 begins to activate.
And it's not just a brief spike. Multiple lights are illuminating on the device.
In this final view, you can clearly see the full EMF response with all indicators lit.
And throughout this sequence, there's still no visible physical interaction with the device. So, reviewing this segment, we can see movement in the bed sheets while we were asleep.
Without any visible interaction at the time.
So what we're looking at here are 2 separate moments involving the sheets.
On the left, you can see a more subtle movement. Gradual, slight shifts in the fabric.
And then on the right, well, this is a much more noticeable movement happening near the end of the bed.
This one is quicker, more obvious, and happens over a shorter period of time.
And what's strange is that both of these occur without any visible interaction.
There's no one in frame, no contact with the bed, and no obvious external cause.
So we're seeing 2 different types of movement, both captured under the same conditions.
One gradual, one more sudden, but both clearly affecting the sheets.
And we're both sound asleep at the time.
Yeah, this struck us as really odd.
Camera 1 shuts down at 5:06.
At 5:41, its IR light stops.
At 5:58, camera 1 is found unplugged. So, breaking this down step by step, it all begins at 5:06 a.m.
That's when camera 1 abruptly stops recording, without warning.
Then at 5:41, camera 2 captures the infrared light from camera 1 just suddenly disappearing.
So at this point, we know camera 1 is no longer active.
Well, that's interesting.
Sorry?
This was unplugged.
What was?
Camera.
For how long?
I have no idea.
And then at 5:58, when we physically check the camera,
It's unplugged. The cord is more than 5 feet from the wall outlet.
during this time, we're sound asleep.
Each stage of camera 1's failure is captured as it happens.
We're seeing a progression from shutdown to loss of infrared to actual physical displacement. So, the question is,
What really happened here?
so looking at these events together, there does appear to be a pattern involving electrical activity.
Specifically, the air conditioner compressor is cycling on and off,
When that compressor engages, it creates a transient electrical load in the room.
and with multiple devices running, like the REM Pod, the lamp, and the phones, that load may be enough to trigger EMF responses.
That would explain the sequence: REM activation, air conditioner engagement, and the lamp changing brightness.
And also the K2 spikes occurring under the same conditions.
But when the lamp is turned off,
The air conditioner still cycles, but the EMF activity stops.
which suggests that removing one device from the circuit reduces the overall electrical load.
And the remaining signal may no longer be strong enough to trigger the detectors.
So based on what we observed, these events are likely linked to electrical fluctuations in the room.
Most likely caused by the air conditioner compressor cycling and changes in electrical load.
A transient effect rather than independent activity. So when we look at these physical events together, there may be a timing relationship worth considering.
We have the sheet movements occurring earlier in the night, followed later by the camera shutting down and being found unplugged.
At 5:06 a.m., camera 1 stops recording, and at 5:41, its infrared light disappears, captured on camera 2.
Then at 5:58, the camera is discovered unplugged with the cord more than 5 feet from the outlet.
Manufacturer's specifications indicate the battery for camera 1 could last up to 120 minutes.
The IR battery could last up to 150 minutes after power disruption.
The bed sheets movement anomaly happens at 3:05.
And camera 1 stops at 5:06, with the IR light stopping at 5:41.
Based on the manufacturer's specifications, if both batteries did have maximum battery life before they failed,
Then that puts the sheet movement and the camera being unplugged happening around the same time.
there does appear to be a potential temporal link between these physical events.
Based on the timing, we believe these two strange events are directly related to one another.
But without direct evidence,
The cause remains unexplained.
so after reviewing everything we captured, a few things become clear.
Much of the activity we documented does align with what's been reported here.
Especially when it comes to the electrical anomalies, the REM pod, the K2, and the lighting changes.
In our case, those appear to have likely conventional explanation tied to electrical load and the air conditioner cycling.
But when it comes to the movement of the bed sheets,
There are possible explanations, like tension or strain in the fabric.
but we weren't able to recreate those conditions in a controlled way.
So in this instance, that sheet movement remains truly unexplained.
And then there's the camera.
Found unplugged and moved more than 5 feet from the outlet.
We don't hear anything during that time frame, No indication of when or how that happened.
But based on the timing, the equipment behavior,
It likely occurred within that same window as the sheet movement.
so there may be a connection there.
But at this point, we can't confirm what that connection is.
So while we did document activity that's unusual and in some cases difficult to explain,
We can't make a claim of a haunting based on our investigation alone.
but that doesn't take away from the experiences others have had here.
Yeah, those experiences are real to the people who have had them, and they're part of the history of this place.
The Hochelaga Inn itself is an incredible piece of Kingston's history.
With a character and a charm that really stands out.
Whether you're drawn to the history or the possibility of something more,
It's definitely a place that leaves an impression.
and maybe that's part of the mystery.